Look at all this beautiful sap. What I want the sap to be doing is to be on a slow boil like this one right here.
Okay.
That is ideal, a nice slow rumble boil. Paul, check this out. So I brought up my old camp stove. This has been on 1,000 canoe trips with me, and it has kept me warm and dry and cooked my food for many, many years. So I thought, you know what? This is a nice controlled fire. I'm just going to continue to reduce the sap down to syrup over this little wood stove right here.
Les, can I have a taste of that?
It's not ready yet. It's still pretty thin, still pretty watery.
Oh, that's okay. I need some sugar for an idea I have.
All right.
Oh, Les, that's great.
It's good?
Oh, that's gonna work perfectly for what I need. Beautiful. I've got some brie here, and this is something that I did at the restaurant a lot over the past 20 years. Yeah, the ultimate is the brie melted with maple syrup. So I'm gonna take some of this and I'm gonna kind of gently baste the brie with it. And then my hope is, because I'm cooking in cast iron, it's gonna reduce and turn into a syrup all on its own. Yeah, that's coming along really well. Some black and pink peppercorn. Lastly, just a little bit of salt. This is a chance for me to play with the young milkweed pods. The flavor that they have on their own is so delicious. I think it's gonna work perfectly with the brie and the maple syrup. There we go. Look at that. I'm making a sauce out of purple top turnip and maple syrup to go with the boar that I brined last night. I've got an idea where it's kind of a play on a honey mustard, except this will be a maple mustard sauce to tie the boar, the carrots, and the sauce all into this maple-themed entree. How's the maple syrup clarification process coming?
Ready soon. Paul, can you please bring the strainer?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Let's do this. Liquid gold, my friend, liquid gold. So you're just shy of 3 cups. There we go.
Well, your timing's perfect because I need it right now. I'm making a quick little maple sauce to go with all the wonderful grilled items I have on the go. Maple syrup. Salt. That works really well. I'm just mashing up turnip. Make sure it's soft enough that when I add the maple syrup, it will have a smooth texture on the palate. And now some maple syrup. Back on the heat. Time to cook the boar. Just gonna move these to the lower deck where the heat's a little more gentle. Those are great. Perfect. So I've got an idea, which is a play on a maple cheesecake. It's not going to be baked, it's going to be poached. And right now it's a little chilly outside, so my cheese is actually hard. So I'm just gonna warm it up, melt it, and then add some eggs. Perfect. So the bain-marie essentially is a hot water bath used for either poaching or steaming. The reason I've got the plastic on top is to help keep things out, debris out, but as it's cooking, I want the moisture to stay in. There we go. The way to tell that this dessert is done is by gently tilting it side to side and just making sure that it's set. If it's a little liquidy on the inside, it's got to cook a tad bit longer. In this case, it's perfect. Now for the final maple syrup moment, some agar powder. Now I just have to bring that to a boil. Some walnuts. Dry it up with some oats. Oh, that's perfect. Now we're just waiting for that to boil. Man, it's amazing the heat that comes off that. Just that one move right there. Boiling. Look at this. It's happening.
There we go.
It's happening now. All right, that's it. So this is kind of resembling maple taffy. Some maple walnut crunch. And it's ready to eat.
All right, boys.
Right on.
I still have another ingredient for you.
Oh, that's maple syrup.
No, it's not.
Uh-huh.
But it is a syrup, and it is pretty amazing. Here you go, Ronnie. Have a taste.
Be greedy.
Be greedy. Paul? So, what do you think?
That's really good.
That's something?
Well, honey, it's gotta be.
That's one of the ingredients. It's a second ingredient to this.
Is it giving it tang?
Yes, it is exactly. It's interesting you say that because that's exactly what it's supposed to give it, is the tang.
Okay.
This is honey and sumac, staghorn sumac. I gathered the staghorn sumac berries last August, put them in the freezer for almost a year, and then last week I pulled them out of the freezer. I made a very dark broth out of them, strained them out, added the honey, and that's what we have. So you now are going to be working with staghorn sumac and honey simple syrup.
That outer crust comes off really easily. So easy to clean. So now I just want to make sure that the blanch and refresh is going to work. Just a quick shake in that water. That's really good. It just became bright. The flavor came to life. That's delicious. Wow. Now I want to try this corn. That's really good. It's pleasant, sweet, it's delicate, especially compared to the leaf. The texture is what I think is a win. Initially, when I tried them, they were a little bit granular, kind of like a raw potato. Now it's almost juicy. Look at that. Kevin, for you.
What, you know, reminds me of is like a tapioca ball in bubble tea.
Yeah, but more flavor.
Got a gummy texture.
I now think that my mission for dealing with the trout lily isn't necessarily to make a salad out of it like I first thought. I'm now thinking that if I could bring this experiment to the table by having something boiling to dip the trout lily into, it's gonna be a more dynamic experience. I'm using ginger, mushrooms, onions, and the beautiful sumac syrup to make a dipping sauce for these trout lilies. This sauce is gonna be perfect. The last thing I think this dip needs is a bit of heat, a bit of spice. In this case, I've added some chili sauce. There we go, that's gonna be spot on. So I want to accentuate the beautiful brightness and citrus flavor of the sumac. I don't want it to be too hard though, I want it to just be amplified. So for that reason, I'm using lemon. A little bit of salt, black pepper, and now I've made a beautiful glaze for my entree, which is sweet and savory. It's really gonna be the star of the show, even though it's something that's so simple. I have another playful idea, using yogurt as a base for a sauce. Yogurt, sumac syrup. Oh, that's fun. I like how it has that marble effect to it. Undeniably sumac. Oh, what beautiful color. A little salt. Duck is one of my favorite things to cook. A lot of people think it's a complicated process, but really it's not. The one thing that's very, very important when you're cooking duck, don't overcook it. To me, a perfect doneness is a nice medium, pink evenly all the way through it. The ultimate goal here is to get a nice crispy skin on the outside. As with any protein, it's always good to let it rest in a warm place until you're ready to serve it. Hit more salt. Oh, look at that color. That's really interesting. The corms are so white, and the greens are such a deep color of green, just like wilted spinach. Just a little bit of that champagne to the glaze. Sumac syrup. Oh, that's great.